SVG-TV News headlines sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
In the headlines, SVG HIV/AIDS organization says colonial-era laws that discriminate against LGBT people have no place in the country's law books. Barbados Prime Minister urges Caribbean countries to put their savings in commercial banks to better use. President Trump impeachment hearings to go public next week. And in sports, Roston Chase made highest ODI score as Windies start new era with emphatic win over Afghanistan. These and other stories coming up in SVG-TV's Evening News and Sports.
That was the news headline sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV News and Sports for Wednesday, November 6th, 2019. I am Yvette Bones with the details. Laws that discriminate against lesbians, gay, bisexual and transgender people are relics of the colonial era and should be struck off the law books in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That's the view of the SVG chapter of the Caribbean HIV/AIDS Partnership, VINCI-CHAP, a local organization working to reduce HIV infection rates in the country. In a news release, the organization said Section 146 and 148 of the SVG Criminal Code are discriminatory laws used to target LGBT people. A spokesperson for the organization said though they did not bring the current legal challenge of the buggery laws or know of it before it was filed, they firmly believe that the outdated laws have no place in the country's law books and would welcome them being confined to history, whether through the courts or via parliamentary reform. The organization further noted in the news release that even though there have been no recent arrests under the anti-gay laws, the criminalization of LGBT people creates an environment of shame, stigma, and violence, which in turn hinders the availability, access, and uptake of HIV prevention, testing, and treatment services, thus increasing transmission. VINCI-CHAP said the Constitution, which is the law of the land, recognizes the rights of all Vincentians no matter who they love, and that it is high time the courts strike down the archaic laws for good. VINCI-CHAP is a legally registered non-governmental organization founded in 2007 that provides HIV education, counseling, and testing in SVG. Tourism, agriculture, bartending, and electrical installation are among the areas in the services sector projected for economic takeoff, and 92 at-risk youth are now better positioned to take advantage of the opportunities being presented in these areas. Today, the Division of Technical Vocational Education of the SVG Community College hosted a graduation ceremony for these persons under the Youth Employability Skills Training Program funded for the second year by the Mustique Charitable Foundation. The Mustique Charitable Foundation invested over $200,000 in the programs, which consist of training courses and assistance through bursaries. Speaking at today's graduation ceremony, Dean of the Division of Technical Vocational Education of the SVG Community College, Osborne Bowens, said the Youth Employability Skills Training Program has already begun to bear fruit, with 11 of this year's participants gaining employment before the program was completed. He noted that some of the participants were heading down a destructive path, and the program has helped them to become productive citizens.
Many of them, a couple of them, on the precipice of destruction or destructive path within our society. Having spoken to some of these young people, many of them did not know prior to having gone on attachment. I mean, how is it, what it is like to get up on a morning, put on some clothes and get ready to go to work and come back as a normal Vincentian citizen, adding to the productive sector of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And here we are, just about 11 of them, and I believe it's more by now, that are now able to contribute to themselves, their families, and make St. Vincent and the Grenadines more productive. And again, this is what keeps us going in terms of how we help young people to turn their lives around and make St. Vincent and the Grenadines a better place. And I want to say 7 of those persons are from the bartending program.
Also speaking at today's ceremony was Minister of National Mobilization and the Youth, Frederick Stevenson, who said the youth are the nation's most precious resource and they must be given the opportunity to be productive members of society.
I implore you today, as you leave here, to go out and make that significant impact for St. Vincent and the Grenadines and for yourselves. When I got my driver's license many years ago, the tutor at the police headquarters at the traffic branch gave me the document and he said, go out now and learn to drive. A driver's license doesn't mean that you could drive. You have to learn to drive because there are new things happening on the roads every day. And I'm saying to you that you're receiving your certificates, you have gotten a skill, you have gotten a training. Go out now and learn to make yourselves marketable, make St. Vincent and the Grenadines a better place for all of us to live.
Project Director of the Mustique Charitable Foundation, Delary Malcolm, encouraged the students to believe in themselves and look to their successful counterparts for inspiration.
If you think back to a couple of months ago, you would not think that you would be sitting here today. Think about 11 of you are already employed. That in itself gives you hope as to what each and every one of you here can do today. 92 of you participated to the end. That's all that matters. It means that you got the training. Doesn't matter about the rest of stuff. It means that you were here and that you learned. And I implore on you to take what you have learned. The Mustique Charitable Foundation and the Division of Technical and Vocational Education has given you the starting blocks. It is for you now to take what you have learned and go out there and contribute productively to the development and growth of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I commend each and every one of you and wish you all the best going forward in your future endeavors. Thank you very much.
Andrew Miller, proprietor of Andrew's Refrigeration, is a TVET graduate, and though his business has been flourishing, Miller said the road to achieving this was not easy. Speaking at the recent launch of the TVET month of activities, Miller said that access to funding was not easy, especially as he was starting his business from nothing.
And realized that there is a need in the market for a refrigeration technician. There's a service that was needed, so I decided I'm going to develop a company. That was the hardest thing. Getting financing from the bank, and I will hail that out very much. It is a hard thing when you have a dream and you have a vision. Getting financing from the bank was the hardest thing. I remember visiting several different banks and credit unions. I remember one day I had to sit down with the financial proposal and everything in my hand, and I sit down and I literally sit down and cry like a child. You know, I did that for hours because I was so depressed. I was so broken because after going through so much, you know, and I remember one day that I see one guy whose name was Mark Smith, and I spoke to him and he said, yes, I carry my proposal, and he said, we're going to help you.
Miller said receiving his TVET certificate was a huge accomplishment, and despite challenges, his drive to own his business came mostly from self-motivation.
I think that I needed more than just working in the marine industry. I needed some sort of skill. I really did like refrigeration because I was exposed to quite a number of boats that has air conditioning and so forth. And really and truly, I decided to go to the technical college. So I made a desperate commitment to go to the technical college, and that would have been back in 1990. I would work during the day, and I would go to the college, and then I'll go back to work and so forth. And going to the college made me realize that what the college can do for an individual. I remember there were some times when Elford Payne, who is now deceased, was my teacher. And I remember there was some time I was the only person sitting in the classroom. And I remember Payne coming to the classroom and saying, "Miller, what do we do today?" And I said to him, "Teachers do. The room is full of people." And he would do just that. And he would teach, and there are people sometimes say I'm a crazy man, that you're alone in the classroom and a teacher, but I desperately wanted something, and I mean that I had to get it. One day I remember Payne saying to me, "Miller, you're going to get what you want. You're going to get where you want to go." Maybe I took it slightly, and I didn't.
Miller, who has been in business for more than 20 years, lends assistance to students who need the experience and on-hand training, which is his way of sharing knowledge and giving back to the community.
To the college, I give to the college stuff. I take some of the trainees from time to time on projects that we have been doing and so forth. And because I love the idea and I embrace the college, and I wish that we would really take privilege in really holding what we have and embrace it. Sometimes we look outside and we never see what we have inside and how we can build and develop what we have. I have several workmen that work with Andrew's Refrigeration that came to the college. Yes, some of them have attitude issues and so forth, but I believe everybody deserves a second chance. I believe that we can work with them as they have a skill set. We can work with them and help to develop them.
This month is TVET month, and a number of activities will be rolled out as the Ministry of Education seeks to encourage persons, especially the unemployed, to gain a skill. Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves yesterday met with a delegation from the Association for the Conservation of Threatened Parrots, the ACTP, who is in the state as part of the homecoming of SVG's national bird, Amazona gildingi. The delegation, headed by Martin Guth, delivered 3 of the parrots bred in Germany to the Ministry of Agriculture. The national birds, 2 of which are just over a year old, and the other less than a year old, were received at a reception ceremony held at the Argyle International Airport on Monday evening. Speaking at the cabinet yesterday, Prime Minister Gonsalves thanked the German-based association for the conservation of threatened parrots for its assistance that forms part of a comprehensive conservation of the threatened parrots. PM Gonsalves said while SVG has systems in place to protect what it has, it must also rely on international conventions, including the Convention on Biological Diversity and cooperation from partners such as the ACTP, to ensure that the planet and its resources are protected for generations to come. The Amazona gildingi parrot is endemic to SVG and has an approximate population of 850 to 900 birds in the wild that remain threatened by natural and anthropogenic factors. It is with this in mind that the government embarked on the comprehensive conservation program with the German-based Association for the Conservation of Threatened Parrots. Minister of Agriculture Subota Caesar and other officials from the ministry also attended yesterday's meeting with the Prime Minister. A film crew from the British Broadcasting Corporation, the BBC, was also at the meeting. Family rallies behind a mother of 2 taken off the streets. This and other stories coming up when we return with more local news. Stay with us.
The local news sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
C-Star Limited is now located on the third floor of the first St. Vincent Bank building. They have extended their range of products to furniture, including patio sets, closets, shoe casing, beds and mattresses, TV cabinets, and kitchen cupboards, just to name a few of their luxurious pieces, all at unbelievable prices. Don't just take my word for it. Check them out upstairs the first St. Vincent Bank building. Don't forget, they still have the best in windows, doors, burglar bars, rails, and vanities. C-Star Limited, where quality and style is our motto.
A funeral service should be one that you can be proud of, one that leaves lasting memories of your loved ones. And that's where you need the New Haven Funeral Home. We are proud of the quality and class we have brought to the industry. We are proud for having trained the very first certified embalmers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are proud of leading the way in terms of live streaming of funerals online so that your family members overseas could also be part of the celebration of life. We are constantly improving our services. We are driven by customer satisfaction, and we are proud of all that we do.
New Haven Funeral Home.
Breaking news! The greatest tile sale in the history of St. Vincent is back. With more, here's Thin Set Rowdy Face.
Thanks, Juan. Yes, free tiles for Christmas is back at Island Style Interiors, and there's real excitement in the air. Get this, buy 100 tiles at the regular price and get up to the next 25 tiles absolutely free.
Wow, that is a great deal.
Sure is, Juan. My wife's making me buy tiles right now before they sell out.
Thin Set? Oh well, this is Juan Cool Guy signing off and heading to Island Style in Arnos Vale for free tiles! Wait for me! Yay!
Kidney disease is a growing concern around the world and here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Chronic kidney disease is a life-threatening condition which occurs when a person's kidneys are no longer able to clean the toxins and waste products from the blood or perform other kidney functions normally. When this happens, a person needs dialysis. Dialysis is where a machine takes over the function of the kidney and safely removes the poisonous waste from the blood. Since 2012, Health Solutions Inc. has operated a full-service hemodialysis facility in SVG that offers state-of-the-art equipment, courteous, well-trained staff, and a comfortable treatment environment.
We're encouraging for early detection. Anyone who is either diabetic or hypertensive and has any questions or concerns, please contact us at 784-451-2836 or visit us at www.healthsolutionsSVG.org.
It's stylelicious here at Quartz Optical. The best in style and designs for your perfect frame. Converse, Ray-Bans, Kate Spade, Prada, and lots more. Buy any frames and lenses and get a chance to win $2,000 cash. Get it now and pay nothing for 60 days with ready finance. Only at Quartz Optical, the largest and fastest growing optical chain in the Caribbean. Visit our website at www.optical.com to book your appointment today. Offer ends November 24th, 2019.
Welcome back. A young man who recently took the bold step of taking his mother, who has spent years begging on the streets of Kingstown, into his home, is now extending an open invitation to a lost family member, a teenager who is supposedly living in Canada, to reach out to him and their mother. Larissa Pugsley Kidd has their story in this report.
With not many words to express her feelings, Lisa Roberts, who was known to many as a beggar on the streets of capital Kingstown, today was able to utter words of love for her beloved daughter, Leanna Parson, who she has not seen since she was a baby.
I love her, and I want to see her, again. Communicate. But when she was a baby.
Remember her eyes.
Sweet, charming.
The 46-year-old mother of two lost contact with her daughter after a failed marriage, and things have never been the same. She resorted to the streets of Kingstown as her dwelling place, and it has been this way for the past 10 years until her son, 23-year-old Oral Roberts, now married, had her removed from the streets into his home.
Best, I'm telling you, like, I don't know, I feel like if we starting all over again, let's do this, you know. I feel like if I'm fresh out of the womb and we're building this band again, all over again, right?
Great. Good. He's a good influence on me.
Oral himself did not have a smooth sailing in life, but thankfully his uncle, Roy Foy, was there to provide much-needed guidance and inculcated Christian values into Oral, who is more optimistic today than ever.
Some years ago, when he was 7 years old, we understand that he has no one to take care of him, so we went searching and we found him, and that day we took him into our lives and we raised him from age 7 right up to age 23. Yeah, so basically I was the one that really fathered him, see him go to school, see he have an education, see that he goes to college. It's to always try to be your best, do your very best when you get out there. You don't have to know someone to help. And I always tell him, whenever you reach to an adult stage, take your mom off of the street, which he always says that. So he always have that in mind to do, to take his mother from off the street, and it has come to pass.
The family say they support the anguished mother every step of the way, and though she is still not totally open about her past life on the streets, she is on her way to full recovery. They, however, believe connecting with her beloved daughter will help fill a void that she may be struggling with. The concerned relatives say persons should not be judgmental of the family and what they are dealing with.
She don't need her daughter to come to be with her, because the daughter is probably better off where she is. Only needed to communicate, because she asks for her daughter time and time again, because I will sit down time and time and I will talk to Lisa, and try to encourage her and tell her, you are special, God loves you, and God have better plans for you, you just have to just let go things of the past and look towards a brighter future. And at times I will see tears run down her eyes, and I will share that with her son. There are lots of other games where lots of people are not pleased with what is being done, because like family member of the daughter mom, of the daughter father, is calling on Oral and is not pleased about what they are doing to take down the posts and everything like that. But hey, a mother has a right to get to know the child. Actually, seeing that me and my mother made that reconnection after so many years, and she also was always asking, my mother was always asking that nobody, but people are calling and giving me, telling me that, like, it seems as if it's close. We'll get on to her soon.
As he continues to bond with his mother under one roof, the young man said he is looking forward to a bright future with his mother by his side. For SVG-TV News, Larissa Pugsley-Kidd.
The University of the West Indies will host the Vice-Chancellor's Forum tomorrow morning, discussing SVG's historic appointment to the UN Security Council earlier this year. The forum, dubbed Small States in Global Governance, will feature remarks from Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves. As an activist Caribbean university dedicated to leading conversations relevant to regional development, the University of the West Indies will bring together Prime Minister Gonsalves along with a small group of current and former diplomats for tomorrow's discussion on various aspects of the role of a small Caribbean country in the Security Council. The panel will bring insights from their past experience, examining how this appointment impacts current international issues and those to come. The discussion will be live-streamed at www.uitv.org from 10 a.m. Eastern Caribbean Time. Barbados Prime Minister urges Caribbean countries to put their savings in commercial banks to better use. This from the region. When we return, stay with us.
The local news segment.
The Ever-Ready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs and wreaths. Arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Ever-Ready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Ever-Ready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494. Ever-Ready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Juicy, juicy, drink today. Juicy, juicy, same great taste. Juicy, juicy, the original drink. It's a Vinci thing. Get your red and banana, pineapple, juicy cola, orange or apple. Juicy for you and for your neighbor. It's a Vinci thing. Enjoy it juicy, the original Vinci thing. Juicy.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They call General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Shot for Life is back again. Your favorite game. Win house and land. SUV plus 50 grand. 50 and 25 grand. Second and third prize in your hand. Yeah. So play as much as you can. Monthly prices to be won. Set for life. A brand new house. Set for life. A brand new car. Set for life. $10 for a bet. Live your life with no regrets. Set for life. Did your day done set? Set for life. December 28th. Set for life. Check the lotto machine. Get set for 2019. Set for life. Live all of your dreams. Be a winner, turn your own keys. Set for life.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
Tourism is for me. Tourism is for you. Tourism is everyone's business. Yeah, live it, love it, embrace it.
The regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Welcome to our news from the region. Barbados' Prime Minister Mia Mottley today urged Caribbean people to channel billions of dollars in savings sitting in commercial banks to build resilience in light of climatic events. She told a high-level insurance colloquium in Barbados today that citizens will get a better return if they invest in special bonds, which she proposed should be established by the Caribbean Development Fund.
Prime Minister Mia Mottley today urged Caribbean people to channel billions of dollars in savings sitting in commercial banks to build resilience in light of climatic events. She told a high-level insurance colloquium at the Lloyd Erskine Sandy Fund's Center today that citizens would get a better return if they invest in special bonds, which she proposed should be established by the Caribbean Development Fund.
It is a pool of funds that is crying out for a larger and better rate of return. It is happening at the same time that our businesses and our governments, some prosperous, some disadvantaged, need access to funding in order to be able to build out greater resilience and to adapt to the things that they need to adapt to as a result of the climatic events. If we can let the people of the region help us solve the problems by finding creative financial instruments such as growth and resilience bonds in which the people's savings can attract a higher rate of return than the 0.1 to 0.2% that it is currently attracting, while at the same time providing a source of finance for businesses and governments at a time when most banks are risk averse, then we will have solved part of the problem that we currently face.
At the same time, CARICOM Secretary General Erwin LaRocque urged countries to set up comprehensive CARICOM emergency protocols. Speaking at today's event, LaRocque expressed concerns that approximately 66% of private and public assets in the region were either underinsured or uninsured. He said the same way in which the region established the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency and the Caribbean Catastrophe Risk Insurance Facility, it is time to expand its disaster governance and arrangements.
Dominica showed once again that when a country is 100% devastated, 90%, I say 100%, I saw it, 100% devastated, you can't wait to be called to come in. So we're going to need to have some sort of comprehensive CARICOM emergency protocol that would provide, in instances where we have total devastation, that our region can rally together to assist the member states, at least immediately after such a disaster, to begin to get on their feet.
In keeping with his October 12th announcement that the next general election in Dominica would be held within 100 days, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerritt last evening called the election for the 6th of December 2019. Parliament, he said, will be dissolved as of today, November 6th. Nomination day will be Tuesday, November 19th, 2019. The announcement in itself could not have come as a shock to Dominicans, given the Prime Minister's previous announcement. However, the timing at a Labour Party Got Talent event last evening may have taken some by surprise. He came on stage wearing the pair of pink shoes, which he had earlier said would signal the announcement.
Achievements of this Labour government over the past 2 years, and inspired by the clear plan we have for the continued growth and development of this nation, with every dollar to carry out our programs already identified and accessible to us, I think the time is right for you to decide. Ladies and gentlemen, I have therefore advised His Excellency, the President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, to dissolve the Parliament of Dominica tomorrow, Wednesday, the 6th of November 2019. The date on which Dominicans shall go to the polls and choose between transformation and change they can see versus talk and inexperience, between experience and experimenting, between safety versus uncertainty is Friday, the 6th of December 2019.
The largest single area of destruction in the Bahamas following Hurricane Dorian is undergoing a mass cleanup exercise, and while the work is steadily progressing on Abaco, officials on the ground are saying it's taking longer than most would like for a big reason. Recently, images of human remains that were found on the island made their way to social media, sparking outrage and a stern warning from the Minister of Works. One local company has given the assurance their employees won't violate the sacred spaces, as may have been the case elsewhere. We hear more in this Eyewitness News report.
The work is intense, meticulous, and exhausting. Yet the men that toil here are motivated to get their island rebuilt. It's been 5 weeks since Caribbean Pavement Solutions, a Bahamian company, has secured the contract for the most devastated area, the mud in Marsh Harbor, and has been on the ground. With just over 60 employees and a full fleet of large equipment, they're moving to get the work done. But it's not as quick a process as most had hoped. There's a good reason for that.
And in order for us to get the work done, we have to peel back, mountains of debris, layer by layer, just to ensure that we're not picking up or bulldozing and dragging away human remains. And I want Bahamians to really take a step back, take a breather, and just bear with us, bear with the operators, bear with the contractors, bear with the government. Work is taking place, but it has to be done with sensitivity and with dignity. We don't want to treat anybody and any remains inhumanely.
In fact, this company has made it their mandate to ensure all of the employees understand the protocol should human remains be discovered. In fact, it was something they initially raised with government.
One of the things that we had raised a question about was how are we going to control social media aspect when there was a discovery. There was no mention of that in the contract, and because we raised the question, it became an element or a provision in the contract that prohibits all of the contractors and their staff from actually publishing on social media videos and photographs. And so for us, the protocol is very clear. We make it reinforce it with our daily staff briefings every day.
And with all the work that's going on with this local company just cleaning that particular area, you can see there's still so much has yet to be touched. This is behind me. This pile has not been touched at all. You can see containers piled on top of homes, showing you the strength of Dorian. They were pushed from the port over on the other side of the road. The winds, the storm surge, pushing them, smashing them into homes in the mud. Can you imagine when they finally are able to remove these containers, what could possibly be underneath in the mangled wreckage?
President Trump impeachment hearings to go public next week. This from the international scene. When we return, stay with us.
The regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Singer is your family store. We sell everything you need for your kitchen and more. Top brands and appliances. TVs, fridges, cookers. We make your life so easy. Just come in and see us. A wide range of furniture. Right here at Singer. Affordable beds and mattresses. Right here at Singer. Washing machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store that gives you the best hire purchase deals. Right here at Singer. We'll outfit your home. Right here at Singer. The #1 family store. It's us with Singer.
The body moves in many expressive ways. The freedom of movement is often taken for granted until that freedom is restricted by pain. Maya's Pain Kill Gel is scientifically formulated to alleviate muscle and joint inflammation. With this gel, you can target the pain in areas where it's needed the most. Bring the joy of movement back into your life with Maya's Pain Kill Gel. Available at leading stores and pharmacies in SVG.
It's stylelicious here at Quartz Optical. The best in style and designs for your perfect frame. Converse, Ray-Bans, Kate Spade, Prada, and lots more. Buy any frames and lenses and get a chance to win $2,000 cash. Get it now and pay nothing for 60 days with ready finance. Only at Quartz Optical, the largest and fastest growing optical chain in the Caribbean. Visit our website at www.optical.com to book your appointment today. Offer ends November 24th, 2019.
SVG-TV International News segment sponsored in part by Carrot Distribution Limited.
For over 60 years, we have sought only the best beans grown in the lush hills of the Andean mountains of Colombia. Cold Cafe. We carefully select only the very best beans and roast them to delicious perfection by our experienced roast masters. Cold Cafe. Cold Cafe treats you to one of the finest coffees in the world, available in classic and decaffeinated. A rich flavor and aroma that can only come from 100% Colombian coffee. Cold Cafe. Indulge yourself in our delicious cappuccinos available in classic mocha and French vanilla. Enjoy them hot to warm your soul or cool to cool you down. Either way, they are incredibly satisfying. So go ahead, enjoy Cold Cafe and treat yourself.
Welcome to the international news. U.S. congressional Democrats have announced the first public hearings next week in an inquiry that may seek to improve President Donald Trump from office. 3 State Department officials will testify first in the televised hearings, which have until now been held behind closed doors. The impeachment inquiry centers on claims that President Trump withheld aid to Ukraine to prod it to investigate his political rival Joe Biden. President Trump denies any abuse of power. 3 key House committees have already heard private testimony from more than 24 witnesses.
This will be the first of the open hearings, and I think you will see throughout the course of the testimony, not only their testimony but many others, the most important facts are largely not contested. We are getting an increasing appreciation for just what took place during the course of the last year, and the degree to which the President enlisted whole departments of government in the illicit aim of trying to get Ukraine to dig up dirt on a political opponent, as well as further conspiracy theory about the 2016 election that he believed would be beneficial to his re-election campaign. So those open hearings will be an opportunity for the American people to evaluate the witnesses for themselves, to make their own determinations about the credibility of the witnesses, but also to learn firsthand about the facts of the President's misconduct. Along those lines, today we will be releasing the deposition transcript of Ambassador Taylor, so people will have the opportunity to read about that deposition as well. And what Americans will see from that transcript is what they have seen from the others, that the GOP claims to be locked out, prohibited from participating, unable to ask questions, are simply false. In Ambassador Taylor's deposition, as indeed in every deposition, the Republican members have had equal opportunity with Democratic members to ask any questions they would like.
That's the news. Sports is just ahead, but before that, we take a look at the local weather forecast.
SVG-TV International News segment was sponsored in part by Carrot Distribution Limited.
Let's go! Turn up the fun!
With Chocolisto and its great flavor, enriched with vitamins and minerals that help you grow.
Chocolisto makes you big and strong.
The weather report sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They call General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
Weather forecast. Present conditions: cloudy, breezy and hazy. Winds east-northeast at 11 kilometers per hour. Temperature 27.0 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 84%. Barometric pressure 1011.7 millibars. 24-hour rainfall 21.3 millimeters. Today's maximum temperature 30.0 degrees Celsius. Today's minimum temperature 24.1 degrees Celsius. Sunset today at 5:36 p.m. and sunrise tomorrow at 6 a.m. The forecast: partly cloudy to cloudy, hazy and breezy with some scattered showers. And our synopsis: a tropical wave will continue to affect the island.
The weather report was sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
Welcome to the evening sports. Roston Chase made his highest one-day international score after doing damage with the ball as West Indies started a new era by cruising to a 7-wicket win over Afghanistan. The Windies cruised to a target of 195 in their first game under the captain-coach partnership of Kieran Pollard and Phil Simmons. Afghanistan were going well with Ramat Shea, 61, and Ikram Alikil, 58, at the crease, but collapsed from 126 for 2 to 194 all out. Debutant Romario Shepherd, Chase, and Jason Holder taking 2 wickets apiece. Chase, 94, and Shea Hope, 77, not out, put on 163 for the 3rd wicket as West Indies got home with 21 balls to spare to lead the 3-match series 1-0. The two teams meet for the second one-day international on Saturday. Cricket West Indies named a 14-member squad to take on India's women in a 5-match T20 international series to be played on November 9th and 10th at the Darren Sammy National Stadium in St. Lucia and on November 14th, 17th and 20th at the National Stadium in Guyana. The team will be led by Stephanie Taylor and sees the return of Shakira Salmon. Shakira missed the Colonial Medical Insurance One-Day International Series as an injury precaution to ensure her full fitness and availability for the T20 International Series. This is the final home international T20 series for the West Indies women before the ICC Women's T20 World Cup in Australia starting in February 2020. These matches are the primary focus of India's tour of the West Indies as a vital part of the team's preparations for the ICC T20 World Cup. Yorkshire has resigned West Indies wicketkeeper batsman Nicholas Pooran for the majority of next year's T20 Blast group stage. Parrot 24 had a spell with the Vikings last season, hitting 67 of 28 balls in the win over Leicester. Parrot, who played for his country in this year's World Cup, has scored 2,302 runs in 120 T20 matches with a strike rate of 143.78. The evening sports will continue in a moment. Stay with us.
LA Unique Upholstery. Quality at a low cost. We build to suit your needs. Contact us at Redemption Shops 457-0182 or Stony Grounds 453-2089.
My sister's pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stars Pharmacy. Massey Stars Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Still going to town for hardware? No, you don't need to. Pinchers Hardware in Pembroke. It's your one-stop shop for all your hardware needs. We stock building materials, blocks, sand, and stones. Also plumbing and electrical fittings. We have automotive supplies too. And to make things easy, we will deliver to your location. Come on in or simply call us at 458-7591 or 533-1576. We are open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pinchers Hardware, located in Pembroke, where quality meets price.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
Tourism is for me. Tourism is for you. Tourism is everyone's business. Yeah, live it, love it, embrace it.
Welcome back. 4-2 was the dominant scoreline on Tuesday at the Victoria Park as the Year 2 Arts, Sciences and General Studies and the RSVG Police Youth Club earned the right to contest the finals of the 2019 French Veranda National Lottery's SVG Community College Invitational Football Competition. Year 2 Arts, Sciences and General Studies downed their junior counterparts from the Villa campus with 4-2 in semi-final 1. A brace by Shane Lynch, player of the match for semi-final 1, and a goal each from Garrett Lagertwood and Joel Jack secured the Year 2's the victory. The scoreline was similar, 4-2 in semi-final 2. Semi-final 2 went the way of the RSVG Police Youth Club over Gibel's Youth. A hat-trick from player of semi-final 2 Daniel Patrick and the goal from Dennis Patterson sent the Lawmen into the finals. Kamal Griffith had scored twice for Gibel Youths. The finals is slated for Friday 8th November at the Victoria Park. From 4 p.m. Gibel Youth and Year 1 Arts, Sciences and General Studies will meet in the third place playoff. Vincy Heat and the National Under-23 team will play an exhibition game from 5:50 p.m., after which from 7:30 p.m. the grand final will feature Year 2 Arts, Sciences and General Studies against the RSVG Police Youth Club. Patrons can also win a number of attractive gate prizes. The Inter-Schools Table Tennis Championships will resume tomorrow, 7th November, with the boys' team's quarterfinals and semifinals and the girls' team's semifinals. In the boys' team's quarterfinals, the St. Vincent Grammar School takes on St. Martin's Secondary School. St. Joseph's Convent Maripor faces West St. George Secondary School. Beckway Community High School challenges Trumaka Ontario Secondary School. Beckway Seventh-day Adventist Secondary School takes on Thomas Saunders Secondary School. In the girls' team's semis, Beckwith Community High School faces the Bethel High School. Girls' High School go up against Tromaka Ontario Secondary School. Matches begin at 1 p.m. And that's how we end sports this evening. We'll be right back to wrap things up.
Welcome to Finishing and Furnishing, where a warm and friendly staff awaits you. At Finishing and Furnishing, you feel like you're in a home away from home. You will find a wide range of bedroom, living room, and appliances displayed in a stunning setting. When dealing with furniture, you need to take into consideration the colors of your room. That's why at our Penta Studio, we supply the best in interior and exterior paints. Have wooden furniture? Well, we also have stains, sealers, lacquers to get that matte or gloss finish of your desire. So give us a call at 457-2206 and come on down to Finishing and Furnishing today and start building the home of your dreams.
Quality products, quality care, low prices, great customer service, all at QCare Pharmacy. QCare leads the way, providing all your pharmaceutical needs, a variety of personal care products, and so much more. Located on Halifax Street. Telephone number 451-2690. QCare Pharmacy, where the Q stands for quality.
26 retail shops and restaurants open now for your convenience. At the cruise ship terminal, at the cruise ship terminal. It's a great venue to rent for functions, secure parking rate and beyond. At the cruise ship terminal, at the cruise ship terminal.
Convenient parking at the Kingstown Cruise Ship Terminal and the Geese Compound. The Kingstown Cruise Ship Terminal has 26 retail shops and restaurants with a variety of food offerings. A great secure venue for your function with a great ambience. Also, we offer lock storage service. The Cruise Ship Terminal, convenience for you.
At the cruise ship terminal, the cruise ship terminal.
It's stylelicious here at Quartz Optical. The best in style and designs for your perfect frame. Converse, Ray-Bans, Kate Spade, Prada, and lots more. Buy any frames and lenses and get a chance to win $2,000 cash. Get it now and pay nothing for 60 days with ready finance. Only at Quartz Optical, the largest and fastest growing optical chain in the Caribbean. Visit our website at www.optical.com to book your appointment today. Offer ends November 24th, 2019.
And now for a second look at the headlines. SVG HIV and AIDS organization says colonial-era laws that discriminate against LGBT people have no place in the country's law books. Barbados' Prime Minister urges Caribbean countries to put their savings in commercial banks to better use. President Trump impeachment hearings to go public next week. And in sports, Roston Chase made highest one-day international score as Windies start new era with emphatic win over Afghanistan. On behalf of all of us here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I am Yvette Bowens. Don't forget to visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news and daily headlines. Also tune in for SVG-TV's News in 15 at 12:45 p.m. weekdays. Have a good evening.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They call General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Shot for Life is back again. Your favorite game. Win house and land. SUV plus 50 grand. 50 and 25 grand. Second and third prize in your hand. Yeah. So play as much as you can. Monthly prices to be one set for life. A brand new car. Set for life, $10 for a bet. Live your life with no regrets. Set for life. Did your date done set for life? December 28th, set for life. Check the lotto machine, get set for 2019. Set for life. Live all of your dreams. Be a winner, turn your own keys. Set for life.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.